So the Clippers are what we're going to be doing today. Tower Orient says Clippers, they're in a lot of trouble, and that they are in a lot of trouble, and you'll see that in this video. Remember, this isn't a full-out rebuild, so if you're wondering what the hell I'm doing, this is a prediction series, so you might be surprised on who I get for the Clippers, because they are going to be in a big rebuild mode if they lose their guys. But almost at 400, super close, bro. 11 away. Yes, we are very close. It's actually 8 away now, and no banana, only 6. Also one of the Clippers. So I left the last 6 teams we need to do at the end of the video. So make sure to look at that and see what other teams we need to do and vote to be featured. This is. Hope you guys enjoy. What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be doing another episode of the off-season prediction series. These last 9 episodes are going to be post-draft. So you guys, the ones that have been following this series, you guys know I'm fully dedicated to getting this series done, which we will be doing early next week. We'll have the final episode early next week, hopefully, and that'll be it. And then hopefully got more trade rumors or whatever going on next week, and then we'll start doing videos over that kind of stuff and do rebuilds and, like, you know, like right now if I was doing it, like rebuilding the Jimmy Butler Timberwolves, rebuilding the De'Aaron Fox Kings, like stuff like that. But we're going to try to get this series out of the way first because I don't want to stop right now. We're literally almost done, so as soon as I get it done, it'll be the first series I've ever stayed dedicated to and got all of the teams done, which will be very exciting for me. But I hope you guys are enjoying this still. And we only have like 6 episodes left after this. Today we are doing the Los Angeles Clippers, so we are not going to do the Timberwolves. My League Automation, let's go to the Clippers, turn them yes, and then the Timberwolves, turn them off. So I don't think the Clippers had a draft pick. I don't think they drafted anyone. But the Clippers are definitely in a lot of trouble when it comes to this offseason. Blake Griffin, JJ Redick, and Chris Paul are all free agents, and based off my prediction, I don't think any of them are coming back. I don't think, one thing's for sure, I don't think Blake Griffin's coming back. That's for certain. I do not think Blake Griffin is coming back. I honestly I can't see Blake Griffin coming back. Chris Paul is in maybe for me. Based on certain situations, I could see him coming back, but Blake Griffin, definitely not. I don't think he's coming back. So now this team's going to be looking for kind of a rebuild this offseason. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a trouble that they're going to start having to rebuild. And, wow, you know, I was looking for Jamal Crawford. Did he retire? He must have retired. Wow, that kind of sucks. I mean, I can't really go back because, you know, guys, I've been using this file for, post-draft, but I can't go back. I was going to trade Jamal Crawford because, like, in real life, if everybody walks, I don't see why Jamal Crawford, you know, being like 36 is going to want to stay on this team since they're going to start rebuilding probably. So let's go to free agency right away. The Clippers are in a lot of trouble. Just can't see them, you know, being able to sign Blake Griffin back. Chris Paul is an iffy for me. DeAndre Jordan is still here as well. Do you wonder if you keep him since he's 29? I think Austin Rivers is a good starting building block for you. Although he's on a 1-year deal, I think he could, you know, maybe progress to a good starting point guard. And now you just got to look at these other contracts, and, you know, the Clippers are in a lot of trouble. If I'm completely honest with you, they are in a ton of trouble. I don't know what they could do this offseason. They're one of those teams that are going to be pretty unpredictable when it comes to this offseason. Yes, they're going to throw money at Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. They're going to want them back. But I just can't see them coming back. I just don't know why. I don't see them coming back. I do not. So we're going to have to decide what we really want to do for this team. So, right now, I'm going to keep DeAndre Jordan on the team. But at the trade deadline, I'm probably going to trade him. So I'm going to keep DeAndre Jordan on the team. I'm going to try to find a trade partner for Wesley Johnson because Wesley Johnson just not really necessary for this team. Just dump him. I'll send him to Denver. Why not? But yeah, this is going to be tough because I don't know what free agents are going to be able to bring in since all these players are walking. So basically, all they have is Austin Rivers at pointing guard, which is a decent starting building block. I mean, he hasn't always been the best player, but he's starting to progress a little bit. He's starting to look good out there, you know. He's a pretty tough player, not going to lie. And when he got his eye cut open that one game against Portland when I was watching the series back then after Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, he definitely impressed me by coming back, and he played pretty well when he came back as well. So yeah, none of these guys are gonna be traded. All these players are fine, but now we just need to bring in people. So we're gonna assume Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, they don't come back. They're gone. So this is post Blake Griffin, Chris Paul era. So pretty much they don't come back. You have Austin Rivers, you have DeAndre Jordan, which is fine. Now we come in to free agency, and Clippers are alike. We don't have our guys anymore, and I don't see JJ Redick coming back if they lost all them. So really what this team needs to start looking for is start rebuilding, the rebuilding process. So really what they need to do, $53 million in cap space. They got a ton of cap space, so they can sign anybody they really want. Maybe they do bring back Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, but you just don't know. So what I'm going to do is start the rebuilding process for them. We're going to bring in, do we even have our draft pick next year? They do have their draft pick, so that's a good start, because this team might start to suck, so they might be in the lottery next year. We don't know for sure. Blake Griffin already got an offer from the Kings. So what does this team really need? What should we bring in for this team? I'm going to start to look at shooting guards. So maybe they like to they'll throw money at, for the Warriors might be nice. You know, this one's a little interesting because I don't know who the Clippers will bring in after they lose their guys. KCP maybe. Corver is kind of old, so I don't see that point of that. Small forwards, do we see anybody we really want out here? We need starting blocks. Pretty much starting blocks. Shabazz might be nice to start building around, or be a nice starting block, or building block. I don't know why I'm saying starting block. We need building blocks for this team. A Mirotic kind of guy. Centers. Jared Solinger, JaVale McGee. Mason Plumlee might be nice because, you know, like, it's pretty much, I'm kind of basing this off, like, and Alex Len, you know, he did play with Phoenix. He never really progressed to what he wanted to be. I'm kind of basing this off how the Blazers went about it. When they lost LaMarcus Aldridge, they knew they were kind of in a rebuilding process. I mean, they didn't have a lot of players. They had Damian Lillard on the contract and some other players. Neil O'Shea brought in young players to build around Lillard, and McCollum was still on a contract. We didn't know what he was yet, but they gave him a chance. Much like we're going to give Austin Rivers a chance. So that's what we're doing. We're going to bring in young talent a little bit for this team. Mason Plumlee, perfect. Shabazz, perfect. Alex Len, I like that. And Clark, too. So I'll sign all these guys. Just nice building blocks. Like, this isn't going to be anything special. I mean, this team is not going to be very good next year. I'm just going to be honest with you. If they can't bring in DeAndre Jordan and Chris Paul back, I don't see who's going to really want to go to L.A. And, you know, they're just cursed. DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, they are cursed, so I don't see them going back. It would be kind of pointless if they did. So now we have Maurice Space as a center as well. I didn't recognize we still had him. He's on a one-year deal, so I guess we could. He's probably thinking about that. You know, he's 29. He kind of probably wants to go somewhere else. So we're gonna go ahead and trade him, get him out of here, because I don't know why he'd want to stay here either. A Bobby Portis, Bryce Johnson, Robin Lopez. What should we get out here for Maurice Bates? Kelly Olynyk might be pretty nice to the Mavericks. I'll do this. We get a lottery protected pick. Why not? All right, so we're gonna move Kelly Olynyk to power forward though. Actually, I just kind of realized we had DeAndre Jordan. I forgot about that. So we're gonna move Alex Len to power forward as well, so he can just go ahead and play. Luke Bahamute probably needs to get out of here as well. God, I just realized I signed a ton. Would Mirotic move to 3? Yeah, he stays the same at the 3, so move him to the 3. Mirotic and Shabazz could run that. Kelly Olynyk, Alex Len, DeAndre Jordan, Mason Plumlee. So I guess that's fine and all. We could start Austin Rivers and Ian Clark. This nice young backcourt. Everything else seems to be solved. Backup point guards or backup shooting guards, maybe something. I do want to give Austin Rivers a chance to run this team. You know, if Doc Rivers stays the coach or whatever, you know, maybe his son could be a nice starting building block for them. I don't know. You know, just got to give the guy a chance maybe. What could be nice out here, like a young player? Bring in young talent. That's what I'm really trying to do. Trey Burke, give him a chance. Why not? Bino Udre. I don't want to bring in Patty Mills, Derek Rose, JJ Barea. Shooting guards. Jordan Crawford. Let's do that. Trey Burke signs. Jordan Crawford signs. So, if any Clippers fans are watching, this is just based off my prediction. Like, I'm not saying you guys are signing all these players, but once DeAndre or Blake Griffin and Chris Paul leave, I do not feel like you guys are going to be very good next year. There's no, maybe you flip the team around, you sign Paul Millsap, all these kind of guys or something like that. Maybe I can. Chris Paul literally has no offers. I mean, I could offer him, but the video, well, I don't see him coming back. So I guess you guys could turn around and like sign all these guys, but maybe you guys should just start a rebuilding process. So just start all over. Click the reset button. Maybe give Austin Rivers a chance. I feel like that'd be nice for you guys to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and simulate the rest of the free agency, and we're planning on trading DeAndre Jordan in the trade deadline because he probably doesn't want to stay here either. I meant to trade Bahamute. Let me do that. Because I don't know why he'd want to stay here either. So trying to find a trade partner for him. Could we bring in a young guy? Nick Young, DJ Augustine, John Lure, Bruno Caboclo. Why not bring him in? Okay, so I'm going to go to player progression and, or not player progression. I'm going to go to training camps and see what we can do. And then I'll show you guys a rotation. Okay, so this is going to be the starting rotation for the Los Angeles Clippers next season. Austin Rivers, Jordan Crawford, Mirotic, Kelly Olynyk, DeAndre Jordan, Mason Plumlee, Shabazz Muhammad, Alex Len, and Ian Clark and Trey Burke. So it's just going to be a mix of this. I think Clippers need to bring in some young talent. I mean, just some building blocks at first. They need to start acquiring draft picks, that's for sure, if they really want to start their rebuilding process. DeAndre Jordan, I'm going to try to get draft pick and player for him at the trade deadline or something like that. But I guess that's all really what we're going to try to do for now. Ian Clark, Jordan Crawford. I kind of want Ian Clark starting. Actually, I'm just going to leave it how it is. But yeah, so Austin Rivers is really the starting building block for this team. I feel like he's I feel like that's a decent start. He could probably progress into something nice maybe one day. Mirotic is also a solid player. Kelly Olynyk, you know what he did in the first round. Although I do not want him starting, honestly. Honestly, not my ideal starter. If I can change that around, I don't really want Kelly Olynyk starting at all, to be honest with you. If I move Alex Len back to center and move Mason Plumlee to power forward, I think that's better because I don't want Kelly Olynyk being my ideal starter. I think he's more of a bench player. But other than that, I think the starting rotation or the rotation looks like a restart. It looks like a start of a rebuild. I don't know how well good Diamond Stone is. I don't know how much he'll be part of their future or whatever. But I guess it's going to be start of the rebuilding process for the LA Clippers. No, I do not think they're going to bring in these certain players, but they will probably bring in some young talent. Maybe they do a Chicago Bulls and, you know, do a little 360 turnaround like they signed Dwayne Wade, you know, like a Rajon Rondo or something like that. But other than that, we're going to wait to the trade deadline and eventually trade DeAndre Jordan. Okay, so we're at the trade deadline, guys, and we're 26-31 battling for the 8th seed right now. If we look at the player stats, Shabazz Muhammad is leading the way with 15. Jordan Crawford's doing pretty well. Mirotic is doing fine. And DeAndre Jordan, 11 points, 12 rebounds. So it is time to trade DeAndre Jordan and get something back for him. So I was looking in the trade finder just get a general idea. I was going to try to trade him to the Celtics since the Celtics need rebounding anyway, so that would help them out. Jesus, 76ers signed Chris Paul? Jesus. So I'm going to try to work out a trade with the 76ers. So we're going to get Jahlil Okafor because the 76ers want to trade him anyway. So I feel like DeAndre Jordan, we trade him for Jahlil Okafor. But we're not done there. We get a nice, another piece from the 76ers. I don't know, like this guy, Luwawu. I don't know how to say his name exactly. But then maybe we get a guy like Ersan. We get like Ersan Ilyasova. maybe something like that. And then we give them, we're gonna bring in a shooting guard and a power forward. Ersan Ilyasova is on a 2-year deal, so I guess it's not too bad. So maybe there's a player option in that, but so we get that, and then we give them, so we're getting a shooting guard and a center and a power forward. So we need to trade them a big man back. Maybe we give them Alex Lynn back or something like that. So what if we try this out real quick for all these guys, and then they give us a future 2018 Mavericks pick. I don't know if they'll do it. Give them as well as a Jordan. Give them Jordan Crawford too. Why not? They can't take it now. Just give me a crappy player down here. Stauskas. Give me Stauskas, and I'll take this. So what about this? Will they take this? This is pretty crazy. Probably won't take that. So I probably kind of ruined it when I brought in that first rounder. But Okafor and Luwalu Cabarrett would be solid pieces. Solid starting pieces. Not starting, but solid building blocks for this team. So what if we took this straight up? I feel like they'll accept. Oh, they do not. We don't want to be giving them trades. We'll give them second rounders. We don't want to be giving them picks is what I mean. We don't want to give them picks. The only reason I had Ersan is because of the money. So I guess I'll put him back in here. Can we give you like Diamond Stone? No, you guys can't do that. So did we trade our first round pick away? I didn't trade our first round away, did I? Where did it go? Huh, I thought we had our first round pick. Wow, okay. Alright, what if we just did this? I do want that Mavericks pick. You don't give us this. Just, okay. Give me this guy too, though. What about just Ersan? Jahlil Okafor, and I'll give you a Jordan Crawford or something like that. What about this? Can we work this out? They still don't want to do it. Second rounders. They're just going to throw in a bunch of second rounders and a lot of protected Mavericks pick. What about that? They still don't want to do it. Alex Lynn. And you give me Stauskas, whatever. Yeah, let's do this. What about this? Can they take this? They still don't take it, man. Oh. Just so annoying. I just want, like, the Clippers need a pick. I would just take this straight up. What about if we just get Okafor and these guys straight up? They still don't take that. Oh my gosh. So this is getting complicated. We're just kind of wasting time here at the deadline. Trade finder him. Whatever. Trade finder DeAndre Jordan. So I can't make up it. See, now they want to do this. Okafor, Bayless. Okay. That's something to maybe come back to. JaVale McGee, Terrence Jones, George Hill, Parsons, Son Whiteside, not necessary for right now. Darren Collison, definitely not necessary. Jordan Clarkson would be a nice fit in here. Bring him to the Wesley Matthews, nah. Wilson Chandler, Etwan Moore, Jarrett Jack, Dudley. 76ers. I'm going to go with 76ers. They want to trade Jahlil Okafor anyway. Just give me your unprotected pick then, or something. Just give me a pick. That's all I want. A pick in return. They still don't want to do it. I'll give you a lottery protected pick too. So what about this? Exchange first rounders. They want Ian Clark for TJ McConnell. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take this. So we give them Jordan Crawford, DeAndre Jordan. We get Jared. Oh, I honestly don't want Jared Bayless, but we're getting 2 backup point guards in return. Whatever. We'll take it. So we get their 2018 unprotected pick. I don't know how well they're doing, but we get a pick and we get a starting or a nice building block in what am I trying to say? And Jahlil Okafor, so that works out fine with me. Let's make this a 9-man rotation now. Okay, so we really don't have a shooting guard starting at all. I guess Shabazz is fine starting at shooting guard. Yeah, that's whatever. That's fine with me. Yeah, let's do that. We don't have a shooting guard on the roster anymore. I did not notice that when I was trading Ian Clark away. Where did my backup shooting guard go? Did I trade him? Oh, I traded Jordan Crawford and Ian Clark. That's right. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. We'll just have Shabazz Muhammad running the 2 guard. That's fine. So that's going to be our rotation now. So get Okafor and Austin Rivers. That's 2 starting nice building blocks. Shabazz is pretty nice. Mirotic Plumlee is nice. Although you guys should definitely acquire younger players. But that's going to be the start of the rebuilding process for the Clippers. They can definitely find better trades for DeAndre Jordan, but if they lose those guys, they should Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, they should definitely trade DeAndre Jordan for some picks or something. But hope maybe we make the playoffs, but we'll just have to see. Alright, so at the end of all that, we do make the playoffs, and the Lakers are in the playoff as well. So Lonzo Ball might have led them to the playoffs. So next season should be very entertaining with the kind of a Nets-Lakers rivalry and a Lakers-Sixers rivalry. I don't know why I couldn't say that word for a second. But the sad thing is we are facing Golden State in the first round, so that'll suck. But other than that, we did make the playoffs. Player stats, Shabazz goes down as our leading scorer. Austin Rivers, 13. And Okafor came in, scored 8 points per game. Wasn't his rookie season or something like that? He averaged 20 or something like that. Let me look. I actually am very curious if that's the case, because I thought it was. Player card, stats, points per game, 17. Yeah, his rookie season he averaged 17, and then he's just kind of down spiraled from there because Joel Embiid getting minutes and stuff, and yeah, it's just kind of down spiraled. So maybe he can return to form in a different team, but he did do good his rookie season, so definitely a nice building piece. But let's go ahead and simulate current round, because there's no chance we beat the Golden State Warriors. Definitely not. There's no way. Yeah, no way. Not happening. So I'm going to simulate current round. We get swept probably. And we get swept. So I kind of figured that. Playoff statistics. Let's see how it goes. 21 for Shabazz Muhammad. That's pretty impressive. Jahlil Okafor stepped it up in the playoffs as well. So that's very nice to see. 19.5. Mirotic 18. That's very solid numbers for these 3 guys. That's awesome. Austin Rivers 10. Would like to see a little bit more production out of him, but you know what can you do? But that's it for me, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy. We are so close to 400. We are literally like 9 subscribers away. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do that. We have like 6 teams left to do after this. I'm going to put them on the screen like right now or something. And then you guys could vote for the next team you guys want me to do. And we're just going to keep doing it until we get the whole series done. I know I haven't done the Wizards. I haven't done the Nuggets. I haven't done the Spurs, surprisingly, and I haven't done those are the ones at the top of my head. So I'm gonna put all those on the screen, and that's it, guys. For me, this is Crushables, and I'm saying peace.